Hello friends, I am Satyendra and today in this video lecture I will explain you the most basic concept in physics, that what is momentum, okay? What is the momentum and why the product of mass and velocity gives the momentum, okay? So as you have seen that the force is described as the push or the pull, okay? In the similar way, how you can explain the momentum, okay? This is the very important question that I am asking to you, okay? So if you don't know the answer, then this video is for you, okay? Also there is a second important question whose answer I will give you in this question, that why the momentum is equals to mass into velocity, okay? So I have seen that lots of students don't know this answer, that's why I have made this video, okay? So let's come to the explanation, okay? So first, let us first define that what is the meaning of the momentum. So the meaning of momentum is here, okay? So let's read the meaning of momentum. Momentum is that quantity which is associated with the moving objects and gives the momentum gives the idea of the amount of force required to stop that moving object, okay? And the momentum also gives the idea of the amount of force required to increase or decrease the speed of the object, okay? So this is the very basic meaning of the momentum, okay? And we can derive the expression of the momentum, that is, we can prove that momentum is equals to mass and velocity with the help of this definition, okay. Now at this point it is very important to note that every moving object that has mass must have the momentum, okay? Now there are two points which are worth noting, okay? So the first point is it has been seen that it is difficult to stop more massive object, for example truck, than the less massive object, for example football, for which if both are moving with the same velocity, okay? So in our day-to-day life, this is a common experience that you will means it is difficult to stop the truck, but you can easily stop the football, okay? Because the truck is massive and the football is less massive, okay? So since the momentum, as we have seen that since the momentum gives the idea of the amount of force required to stop the moving object, that means the momentum must depend on the mass of the object, okay? That means the momentum is directly proportional to the mass of the object, okay? Now that it has been seen that for the same mass, if the two objects have the same mass, it is more difficult to stop higher velocity object than to stop the lesser velocity object, okay? This is also our day-to-day experience. That means that momentum must depend on the velocity of the object, okay? And that means if the object have more velocity, that means if the object have more momentum, it will be more difficult to stop that object, okay? So that means momentum must depend on the velocity of the object, okay? Now momentum can be expressed as the product of mass and velocity. So that means that momentum depends on the mass and velocity, so momentum must be equals to the product of mass and velocity. That is why the momentum is equals to, that means p equals to mv, okay? Now let's plot the graph, okay? So here I have plotted the graph that p equals to mv. Here p and v are the variable. V is the independent variable, p is the dependent variable which is dependent on the velocity, and m is the slope of the curve, okay? So if the mass is less, the slope will be less, okay? If the mass is more, the slope will be more. here we have shown that the mass m2 is greater than the mass m1, so the slope m2 is greater. Okay, so this line will be, so this line will be more steeper than this line. Okay, so you can now see that it is very important from at this point to see that for the same change in velocity, okay, for the same change in velocity, we have two objects for the same change in velocity. Okay, the increase in momentum, okay, of this of m1, the increase in momentum of m1 is only this much. Okay, but for the same velocity, the increase in momentum of this one, okay, of this one is this one. So you can see that if the mass is more, then if we increase the velocity, okay, then the momentum of the more massive object increases more. Okay, okay, so the slope of this curve equals to mass. Okay, this implies that if mass is more, if this implies that if mass is more, momentum increases rapidly with the velocity. Okay, so here I have explained you the momentum. Okay, I hope this video will be useful to you. Please share with your friends, subscribe the channel if you have not subscribed, and like the channel in order to support this channel. Okay, thank you very much.